Hi loves, I wanted to welcome you back to the channel. I'm Alicia, but the girls call me Lee. So if you're new here, I do videos on fashion, travel, natural hair, and beauty. So if that's your vibe, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Tap that. Here's the tea. The goal for 2025 is just to become even more stylish. We're jumping straight into it. For December, I typically do a Style series, and last year, if you go back, I posted shorts and reels every single day of different outfit inspos, and I really wanted to expound upon that and talk about how we can enter the new year a bit more stylish. How do we do that? Stop buying these things. We have gone through the basic B era, okay, the basic beige era. This started probably during the pandemic, where everybody's homes, clothes was just beige. Everything was beige. It gave very much so sterile. It gave very much so basic. And I was not here for it. So I'm so happy to say that we are exiting that era. Thank God. It was overdone and it started to really very much so give copy paste. Like style had exited the building and had no point in returning. We walked outside and we were literal mirrors of every other person. So I implore you to stop buying basics. You don't need it anymore. You have a basic white tee, black tee, beige tee, brown tee, 5 different bodysuits in 5 different neutrals, pants, sneakers, heels. You have the basics of your wardrobe, and a lot of your basics are basic. I actually did a video of the not so basic basics, where you take those basic pieces and you elevate them. So I'm definitely gonna leave that link below because I gave examples of what a not so basic is. Check it out, go back to it. I think that I did this video last year, sometime really early in this year, which really leads me into the buying multiple things in multiple colors. If you have, let's just say, a white button down and you have a black button down and you have a brown button down, you don't need a beige, cream, a ecru, you get where I'm going with this, okay? A grayish. You don't need it. It's so unnecessary. And what you'll find is that, yes, you may love your white button down, and you may love your black button down, and you may get tons and tons of wear from those 2 pieces. But as you start adding multiple pieces into your wardrobe that are the exact same but just different colors, you tend to not wear those additional colors. You tend to stick to maybe the first 2 or 3 that you really love. So just keep those. That is enough. There was this huge trend at one time where it was like, if I like it, I'll just get it in another color. Your outfits start to look the same. You actually become extremely predictable in what you wear, meaning people know every time they see you, they're gonna see you in that exact same outfit. And it's not a thing because it literally becomes a uniform, and I don't mean that in a good way. There are combinations and uniforms that we do want to recycle, but not in that sense where you have 5 different pairs of jeans, all the same pairs of jeans, and they're just 5 different colors. Every single time that you show up in a space, you have that same outfit on, that same fit, and it's just like, that's not really stylish. It gives lazy. It's okay, because if you're watching this video, you are looking to become more stylish. You're not looking to stay in your lane, show up the same. You're not a basic baddie. So please don't be offended. And if you feel triggered by this is probably you, and you just might need to implement some of these changes like tomorrow. Moving forward, no more multiple items in multiple colors. It's dead. You don't need it. Let's mix it up. Let's add some variety, and let's really tap into what you really like. Not even what you like, what you love. So instead of buying those basic pieces that you know you already have, and I'm just going to use myself as an example, I have a drawer that I literally named Basics, and it is my least reached into drawer, and it is full to the brim. I got mesh basics, I have bodysuits, I have tank tops, long sleeves, And I realized that that's just not how I want to look for the most part. And when I do reach into that drawer for a basic, I'm typically only using it as a layering piece. It is not actually the main event of the fit. I'm cleaning the house. That's what I would put on for just like day-to-day activities where nobody is going to see me. Create a wish list of the things that you really love, and those are going to be your not so basic. So I might consider like a faux leather black top as a winter basic, but I might not necessarily want it to just be like a button down oversized faux leather top. That's a great thing to have, but maybe I want to add like a little bit of zhuzh to said piece so that it's not so basic. I actually have a piece that I just ordered, and it is a fitted black faux leather top, but it almost has like a scarf draped around it, and it's a sleeveless top. So I can wear it as a layering piece, but I can also wear it as literally the full moment. It's somewhat of a basic, but it's not so basic. And I'll just pop in a picture here so you can really get an understanding of what I'm talking about when I say not so basic basics. So once you actually make your wish list, you're going to see if you have any similar pieces that already exist in your wardrobe. Even if they're not for that particular season, think about ways that you can layer them to make them more suitable for the season. And that way you will prevent yourself from overspending, overbuying, or having multiples of those pieces. And it also gives you like the formula that you need to understand what you really love and what you really wear and what you really gravitate to. Which brings me to my next point. You're gonna take some time, and this is the perfect season to sit back. I look at winter as like the hibernation, the resting season. This is the season that the days are really short, nights are really long. So one evening you are going to take some time and you're going to go through your wardrobe. This is also a great way to almost prepare for spring cleaning, but go through your wardrobe and take out every single thing that you don't love. And what I mean by you don't love is it's pieces that you rarely wear, it's pieces that you never gravitate to. These are pieces that never come up in your mind. These are pieces that you've probably even forgotten about. You're gonna take those pieces out, put them on a clothing rack or on your bed or wherever you can to really analyze these pieces and make a list of the things that you don't like about these pieces. It could be maybe you just don't like the material. Maybe the piece itches when you put it on. Maybe you don't like the fit of the piece. Maybe it's just slightly off, like it's too long or it's too short or it's too tight or it's too loose or the waist is off or too tight around your hips and your bum area, or maybe it pushes your boobs up too high, or whatever the case. Or maybe you wish that the sleeves was a little bit longer, or you wish that it was a slightly different color or a different shade or a different tone. Physically write down what you don't love about these pieces. What are the characteristics that you don't love? And you should find some type of trend or some similarities in what you don't love. Like, I don't love pieces that are predominantly polyester, or I don't love pieces that are very wide leg, or I don't love maybe jeans from said brand. Maybe all of these pieces came from the same brand, and then moving forward you will know exactly what to avoid. So if it's a fabric and you're shopping for a piece, you can easily pull up the fabric. Oh, that piece is 100% polyester, I don't want that. Or maybe you don't love pieces that don't have any stretch, so you might look at a piece and say, oh, this doesn't have any elastane in it or any spandex in it. I don't want this because I know for a fact that this piece will have no stretch to it. And then you can take those characteristics and traits and move forward with your shopping experience, or anytime that you want to add something to your wardrobe, you will avoid those pieces because inevitably you're not going to wear them. They're not going to serve any purpose in your wardrobe and will be a waste of money and won't contribute to you being more stylish, because here we are with even more pieces that you're never gonna wear. I've had to come to terms with this several times. I used to shop for pieces or add pieces to my wardrobe that looked good on other people, but I never considered how that would translate to my body type. One thing that you could do, especially when shopping for pieces, because everybody can be influenced. I don't consider myself an influencer, but I know that I have influence and I know that I have been influenced. And there has been several occasions where I have been influenced and been upset with the person internally that influenced me. But in reality, I should have been upset with myself because I did not take into consideration who that person was. What I really enjoyed about that person was maybe the vibe or maybe the way that they styled it, but not necessarily how the pieces translated on their body versus how it would translate on my body. So instead, you can cut off the head so that you remove that personal connection and just look at the clothing, look at the pieces. You might be looking at a person who has an hourglass body, which is fairly typical, but your body type might be more regular or even more square. So you order that 2-piece fitted maxi skirt set because on their body it was giving body yada yada, it gave T, and on your body you look like a brick, and you're confused because you're like, I bought the exact same outfit, why doesn't it translate? It has nothing to do with that person, it has to do with who you are. And I've made that mistake. So instead I study silhouettes. So because there are a lot of people that I follow, that I love, that I am inspired by, that have a curvier shape. I have some body, but not a lot of body. So what I can do to emulate that body type on me is focus on the silhouette instead of the actual pieces. So if I want to give hourglass body type, then I'm gonna put on an hourglass blazer because it's already structured that way, or an hourglass top because it's already structured that way, or I'm gonna wear a corset and really wide bottoms because it will give the illusion of that body type, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I have to emulate those exact pieces or have that exact outfit, when in reality what I really love, if I cut off the face and remove the person, I can really focus on what I'm actually looking at and what the style is and apply it that way. Trust me, it's gonna help and it's gonna save you tons of time, money, and resources, I can guarantee, and disappointment, because nobody likes to buy something off of a mannequin as is and put it on your body and it does not translate. It's so sad. The next thing is like my biggest thing, and I feel like I was actually taught the opposite, and I could have even put this out into the universe, and if I did, I'm taking it back, and that is buy pieces and not outfits. Could just focus on pieces because pieces can be interchanged. Outfits, a lot of times, once you have that vision in your head and you've worn it that way, it can be difficult to pair those pieces with other pieces that you may have. If you buy a piece and you love that piece, you're gonna figure out as many ways to wear that as possible because you like, this is a piece, honey. Typically when you shop for an outfit, you're shopping for a specific occasion or event, and then you wear it to said thing and it's a hit, it's stunning. And then once you come back home, you kind of just tuck it away in your wardrobe because you're looking for a similar event, a similar once in a lifetime moment to pull that outfit back out. And it's actually not functional in your wardrobe. And if you're going to do that, rent. Use one of these services where you can just rent. Send the outfit off after you're done with rent, borrow, loan, all of the things. Because this does not actually have a place in a wardrobe. It doesn't serve any purpose. It was a waste of your time, resources, and money. So stop it. You want to become more stylish, get pieces. Love yourself enough to understand who you are and what your capabilities are, and then use that to your advantage. It's not about what you have, it's about how you use it. Another way to improve your style 2025 is to also be realistic about your lifestyle. What is it that you spend the most time doing? How does that look for you? You feel me? I think that sometimes we just have this unrealistic view of our lifestyle, but instead we can tap into that and then maximize our style based around that. So we give like that edgy, chic, street style, because fashion is born out of your lifestyle. It's born out of necessity. That's how you develop that particular style, because you still want to look good, but you also want to be able to function during your day-to-day things, whatever that may look like. So consider it that way. Be realistic and honest with yourself. What type of lifestyle do I live? The people that you love and follow the most have mastered this concept. I like to think of a great example of like the model off duty look, because it's like, what were they wearing when they weren't at work? And then that became like an entire trend. Think about Mob Wife. That became an entire trend because it fits their lifestyle. So their lifestyle became the aesthetic. You are the aesthetic. And the last tip, avoid diving right into trends. Avoid spending your money on trends. I'm a trendy girl. I love a good trend. Before I invest in any trend, I do not care what it is, I do it. The literal definition of a trend is that it's going to be readily available. So it's accessible, easy to get your hands on. In this day and age, dupes are highly and readily available. You can find a dupe for whatever it is that you want. Grab the dupe first, see how it works, because you may just like it just for like the aesthetics of it, which is okay. If you find that you are constantly using that dupe, constantly gravitating towards that dupe, constantly wearing that, it's really something that truly fits your personal style, then you can invest. But before you invest, pause. Go onto the pre-love market, because remember, fashion revolves. What goes around comes around. There's likely going to be a piece from the past that is very similar to that, and if you can get it on the pre-love market, then you're likely going to save money, and it's also much more sustainable, so you're saving the planet while slaying in your looks. See if you can do it pre-loved first. For example, is gonna be like the east-west bag trend. This is the closest one that I have to me, and they brought this bag back recently and it was like 3 times the original price. I wanted the bag. I got a dupe of the bag first off of Mango. It was like a little suede version of it. Loved it, used it, and I was like, okay, let me invest in this bag. So I went on the pre-love market. It's the same bag and I do wear it and use it often because I already knew that I would, because I duped it first. Saving a little bit of coin, but still giving you fashion. Style comes from you. It comes from within. And these 5 tips, or maybe 6, I can't even remember how many I gave you, will get you there. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.